Hello guys, this is Puneet and here I am explaining some basic questions of MATLAB. First question is basic MATLAB operations. Firstly, we are creating a simple vector with 10 elements called A. Let me run it to show you. So after creating this, we got an output A equal to that elements. Here we are adding 3 to each elements of vector. The syntax is B equal to A plus 3. Here we are creating a 5 cross 5 matrix using semicolons to separate the rows of the matrix. So here we got the matrix of 5 cross 5. To transpose the matrix, we use the transpose operator. To multiply a matrix, we use the star operator. To multiply the corresponding elements of two matrix, we use the a dot star operator. Here we are creating a column vector from the fourth row of the matrix. Here we are selecting the nth and nth column of the matrix. To delete a row or column, we initialize the given the select the row or column with a null vector. Here we are plotting the graph by using a plotx plot function. We use the subplot to plot more than one graph. X label, Y label is used to labeling in the graph. We use grid to grid the function. Uh, Here you can see that there are two functions. To do such, we use legend function. Here we are creating and saving two variables A and B in ab.filemat ab1 file.txt ab1 file.xls. To do so, we first initialize A and B with some variables. Now by syntax save ab1 file.mat.txt.xcl and the variable names. We can now to create a structure we initialize as like this s1 dot a equal to some array some string a dot s1 dot b equal to some string and s1 dot c equal to some integer. To save the such we use uh, operator called struct and the function name whose will be used to see what is there in the given file. So let me show you. Here we got output from whose uh, to add more one or more variable to the existing file which already contains one or two two variables. We use the operator append. By doing so we can simply add c to this. Let me show you what it can. So you can see that there are three variables there in example.map. To write cell and read cell will command will show you the elements of the matrix like this. We can also read audio files by initializing the file by audio read and to YNFS and saving the YNFS to a file named new. And let me run this and show you what it is. So it will play a video, the audio. So in the next question, we are expressing the quadratic equations with A, B, and C, with ABC, and forming the quadratic formula in MATLAB. Also finding the roots. So here we have initialized A, B, and C, and x1, x2 are the roots of the given quadratic equation. We have find it by using a power functions. and the formula of quadratic equation. As printf will convert this to a string so that we can find the formula, quadratic formula. Here we are plotting the function y equal to x square plus 0.5 x plus 2 from this range. This is same as we have done in the question number 2 by using a plot x function. Let me show you the graph. So here we got the graph, and these are the values we got from y. Next, we are using some MATLAB commands like repellent to to form the repeated copies of array elements. Like, let me run it and show you. So here we get the repeated copies of of A. Uh, Repellent will create repeated copies of the array. Like I will create an identity matrix. Zeros will create a matrix with all elements equal to 0. Ones will create a matrix with all elements equal to 1. Random will create a uniformly distributed matrix with order given in here. It By default it takes value from 0 to 1. Reshape will create a matrix with same elements given in the different matrix, only changing the dimension of the matrix. Cat will concatenate con- concatenate 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 the array. Horsecat will concatenate it horizontally. Wordcat will concatenate it vertically. Will create a diagonal matrix from the given matrix. Uh, BLK will take three matrices and created a block diagonal matrix. Flip will flip the matrix left to right. Flip up will flip the matrix up to down, up and down. Rotate 90 will rotate the matrix by 90 degree. Trail will extract the lower triangular matrix. Trio will extract the upper triangular matrix. Permute will permute the dimensions of the matrix. Circle shift will circularly shifted the every elements of the matrix. Length will find the largest array dimension. Size will find the array size. Endims will find the number of arrays in the array dimension. Numeral will find the number of array elements. Isempty is a logical function that finds the number of elements that the given matrix is an empty or not. Let me show you. It will logically show you that it's empty or not, like this. Next, we are finding the loop types. So there are two types of loops: while and for loop. They take some condition, and up to that condition will be true. That whatever is written under it will be run time n times up to that time, so that the condition will be true. This condition will be true. For loop will will run for we are initializing at that how many times it will have to run. That's the only difference between while and for loop. Here in while loop we are not initializing that how many times it have to run, but in for loop we are initializing that how many times it to run. It is we can use nested for loops or while loops. Continue function will be used to go back to the for loop initially of the to the n. After it operated, it will not run the part which is there in down to the for loop, down to the continue. It will directly go to the n to find changing the value of n. Here uh, the break function will create will not will be different, totally different from continue. It will end up the whole for loop. We are taken out from the for loop, and anything that is down to the break will not run in the for loop. uh, Next is the decision making. If uh, some in if the condition that is written, if it's true, then the whatever written the that will be will be operated. And in if and else, if condition is true, then if this will run. And if else is if condition is false, then else will run, else command will run. uh, and if if we given some condition to the if it's not true, then it will go to the else if part. If it's not true, then again to other another else if. Up to that, whenever it will find the condition to be true, it will run that part. Nested in else will be same, will be do the check the conditions one by one, that if this will be true, then it will see the it will go down and see the other conditions inside it, like that. Switch case is similar to the if and else condition. So it will take some value, and if it finds to be in there inside any case, then it will run that case, or otherwise it will run the that otherwise function. Otherwise, nested switch will be similar to the if and else. We are using finding that value in any case, then that case will be run, and inside that case is, if there is such a switch case is there, so that will be checked. Okay, thank you.